G'day people, Sharyn here, and today we're carrying on doing stuff about Janome's FD206, basic sewing machine that we've already started in part 1. Hope you enjoy. I'm currently on stitch A. Now let's start sewing. I've got 2 pieces of fabric, a light one which is for the right side, the side that I'm sewing on, and a blue one which goes on the bottom, so we can see what these stitches look like on the top and the bottom. There are numbers along here which indicate how far the needle is from those things. There's one there that says 15. That is how wide of a seam the pattern companies usually want you to sew with. I'm not going to sew that far. I'm on stitch A. I need to put the foot down with the presser foot I'm putting down. So we're ready to sew. I've got red thread in the top, so that's what we'll see at the top of the fabric. I've got blue thread in the bobbin. Let's go. This is, remember, the A stitch, which is a short straight stitch. All I'm doing with my fingers is directing to keep this in approximately the same position. I'm not watching the needle. I have a reverse key over to the right, which I showed you before. If I'm pressing that, I start sewing, and then I press that, the machine will go backwards. As long as I hold it down, when I let go of it, it will stitch forward again. When you get to the end of a seam, you need to make sure that the take-up lever, which is the bit that goes up here, is all the way at the top, and the needle is as high as it can be down here before you take the fabric out. So at that point, I've got the needle all the way out, lift the foot, take the fabric out to the back. The reason we do that is it puts a lot less stress on the needle. Cut off there. So that's my first row of stitching. This one, I am now about to do the same thing, but on B. So I've just turned the machine onto B, and this will do a longer stitch. Here we go. Once again, I'm going to do a bit of reversing. When I get to the end, I need to take it all the way up to the top, so that that take-up lever at the top of this is all the way up visible. Lift the foot, take the fabric to the back, and cut off. Stitch C. Same thing again. And off we go. Make sure that the take-up lever is all the way at the top. Lift the presser foot, pull the fabric to the back, and cut off. That is my 3 straight stitches. You'll notice it's all colour-coded. Now I'm moving on to stitch D. Stitch D is the 3-step zigzag. Here we go. When I get to the end, lift the foot all the way up to the top and make sure the take-up lever is as high as it can go. Lift the presser foot, and cut off. The next stitch is stitch E, which is picket edge, and here we go. take-up lever is all the way to the top. Lift the foot, pull the fabric out. F. G. Blind hem for stretchy fabrics. Every case I need to make sure that take-up lever is at the top before I get the thread out, otherwise I risk causing a knot up in the machine. By taking the take-up lever all the way to the top, I've completely finished the stitch that I'm doing, and I don't have any threads inside that are still halfway through what they're doing. H is your large zigzag. Make sure the take-up levers are all the way at the top. I, medium zigzag. The foot, pull to the back. J, small zigzag. You'll notice that didn't actually stitch out in the middle of the foot, it stitched out to the left of the foot. Needle all the way up and pull the fabric out. So aside from the buttonhole, that is all of the stitches this machine can do, and I cannot change anything about them. When you want to change feet on the machine, there's a bar at the back, pull it towards you and the foot will pop off. You can see this particular foot has a letter A in here, and the machine will tell you to use that for most of the stitches. This is a zipper foot, and it can be attached to the machine in two positions depending. If I put my stitch selector back to B, so it's on a straight stitch. If I put the foot on this side, then the teeth of the zip would be on this side while I am stitching. If I want the teeth to be on the other side, I need to attach the zipper foot rather, on the other side, and it's just a matter of dropping the ankle onto the bar of the foot, and that would be now stitching with the zipper teeth on this side. So to detach them, pull towards yourself. This is the G foot. It is used for blind hem, and guess what? The blind hem stitch is stitch G, so use the G foot when you're using stitch G, and this is an adjustable one. I will show you separately how to do a blind hem with it. Once again, to attach it, just put it under the ankle and drop the ankle on till you manage to get the things to meet up. If you're having trouble, sometimes pulling the bar at the back towards you will help to get things properly in. Right, pull it towards you, don't ever push it away, that breaks it. Finally, we have the buttonhole foot for doing a 4-step buttonhole. I would suggest you move that to the back and it will be easier to clip on. So there is the buttonhole foot. I have mentioned that this is a WYSIWYG machine. The stitches are exactly how they are. But the other thing I want to draw your attention to, this is a very small machine. It has a very small motor in it, so it's not going to handle doing heavyweight fabrics. But if you also notice here, there are only 4 sets of feed dogs. And that means that the machine also does not have a lot of power to move fabric along. If you're trying to do things like curtains and quilts, these feed dogs are just not going to hack it. They're fine for doing the piecing on a quilt, but that is just insufficient for doing heavyweight fabrics, and lots of them. So that was part 2 of Janome FD206. Let's see if we've got some more things to learn next time. Bye!